For this project, we're going to use the 4.5mm crochet hook. And in this video, I'm going to use this DK yarn, category number 3. You can also use Aran yarn, category number 4. Many of the tester of this pattern use very different types of yarn and even hook size. Some used much thinner yarn and some use much thicker yarn to achieve certain types of crochet fabric that they wanted. So if you are more familiar with crochet, you can also use whatever feels right for you. Then we're gonna need 4 stitch markers. I'm using bobby pins. Then of course, scissors and yarn needle. And you may also want to have a measuring tape. We're gonna start with a number of chain, and this number depends on the size you're working on. So please follow the number on the screen. And when you reach the last chain, you want to enlarge it a little bit. So you can see the last chain, it's slightly bigger than the others. Okay. Next, we are going to double crochet into the 4th chain. So counting from this enlarged chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you're gonna double crochet right in that 4th chain. Okay, now we're gonna work double crochet into each chain across all the way until you reach the last chain, and I will meet you there to show you the next step. Okay, so as you can see here, I have 1 chain left. And in this last chain, we are going to work 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet in the same chain. Okay, so let's do that. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, a chain 1, and another 2 double crochet, 1 and 2 in the same chain. And that's how it should look like. Now you're going to use 2 stitch markers and you're going to mark. So right here we have a group of 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 double crochet. You're going to mark the first stitch of the group. So you see this stitch and then the last stitch of the group, like that. Okay, 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 double crochet. Okay, now we are going to work back into the chain. As you can see, this is the last chain that you just worked, this group of stitches. Now you're going to work into this next chain, which is right in the bottom of this stitch. Okay, so another double crochet into that same stitch. That's how it should look like. And then just work double crochet into each of the stitches you see, like that, and then like that. That's how it should look like, right? Okay, and I'll meet you when we are closer to the end of the row so that we can do it together. So as you can see here, we have 3 stitches left. This one, and this beginning chain, which is chain 3 because we work the first double crochet into the 4th chain of the foundation, right? So we have this chain in the beginning, which count as a stitch. Now let's do this one, and then this one. Okay, and then in this chain 3, 1, 2, 3, you're gonna find the first chain that is closer to the last stitch that you just made, this one. So you this chain and you work a double crochet in that chain. And this is how it should look like by now. Now you want to count to check the number of stitches on this row. Make sure that you have the same number as the pattern, and you want to count every double crochet stitches, including this begin chain, count as one double crochet, but we are not counting the chain one here in the group that you made in the last chain. This one is a chain one space, which we don't count as a stitch. Okay, we just count the double crochet stitches and the begin chain. Then we can move on to the next row. We're going to start the next row with a chain 2 and with a slightly enlarged second chain. So one, the second one, we want to bring the loop up a little bit like so, and then it will look like that. You see the second chain, it's a little bit bigger. Okay, and then we are going to front post double crochet in the second stitch. We don't work in the first stitch because we already have this begin chain in the beginning, count as a stitch right on top of this stitch, right? So we're going to work front post double crochet in this next stitch, like so. Okay, and then double crochet into each of the next stitches. So this next double crochet, and we're just going to work into the V on top of the stitch as usual. So let's do that all the way until you reach this first marker, and I'll meet you there to show you how it's like. Okay, so here I am very close to this marked stitch, right? Let's work in this stitch next to the marked stitch. Okay, and now in this first marked stitch, you're going to work a double crochet, a chain 1, and a double crochet in the same stitch. So let's do that. A double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet in the same stitch. Okay, then you're going to move this marker to this chain 1 space, the new chain 1 space that you just made, like so. Okay, and then in this next double crochet, you're going to work 1 double crochet. Okay, and then in this chain 1 space, the only chain 1 space that we made in the previous row, you're going to work another double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet in the chain 1 space, in the same chain 1 space, like so. Okay, you're going to take another marker and put it right there in the second chain 1 space. And then you work 1 double crochet in this next stitch before this marked stitch of the previous row. You're going to work another double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch, like so. Okay, and then you move this marker to that third chain 1 space. That's how it should look like. Okay, then you're going to work double crochet in this next stitch and each stitch across. All the way until the end of the row, and I meet you there when I am closer to the end of the row to show you how it's like. Okay, as you can see here, I have 3 stitches left. This one, and the begin chain of the previous row, this one, right? So let's work a double crochet in this stitch. And then in this stitch before the last stitch, we're going to work another front post double crochet, like so. And then in the last stitch, which is the chain 2, you find the enlarged chain, that one. And okay, I like to take 2 loops of the chain and then just work a double crochet in there. And this is how it should look like. You have this front post double crochet in the beginning, and then this front post double crochet in the end of the row. This is how it should look like by now. Let's turn the work and move on to the next row. You are going to work another chain 2 with a slightly enlarged second chain, like so. Then, as you can see, the next stitch on the other side of the fabric, we work this front post double crochet. So on this side, you can see that it presents a back post double crochet because you can see that the stitch kind of receding from the fabric. Unlike the other side where the stitch kind of rise above the fabric, this one receding, right? So we're going to work a back post double crochet in there. Okay, yarn over, insert the hook around the post from the back like so, and work a back post double crochet like that. And then you work a double crochet into each of the next stitch just the normal way. Insert the hook under the V on top of the stitch like so. That's how it should look like. And you can see on the other side of the fabric, the back post that you work is the front post, and it's rise up above the fabric a little like so. Okay, now we're gonna work double crochet into each stitch across all the way until we reach the first chain 1 space, or this first marker, and I'll meet you there. So let's just work a double crochet in each of these double crochet stitches like so, and then in this chain 1 space, we're going to work a double crochet, a chain 1, and a double crochet in the same chain 1 space like so. And you're going to move this marker to the newly made chain 1 space like that. Okay, and then we are going to work double crochet into each of these double crochet stitches until you reach the next chain 1 space right there. Okay, and you work another same group of double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same space, same chain 1 space. Move this marker to the new chain 1 space like so, and then same thing, we're going to work double crochet into each of these stitches. Of course, another group of double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same chain 1 space. Okay, move this marker to the newly made chain 1 space, and then we're gonna just work double crochet into each stitch across like so, and like so, all the way until the end of the row, and I will meet you there to show you one more time how it's like. Okay, as you can see here, I'm at the end of this row, and I have a few 4 stitches left. This one, this receding one, and then this last stitch, which is the chain 2 in the beginning. Okay, so let's work 1 double crochet into each of these normal double crochet, and then with this stitch right there, we're going to work a back post double crochet. And then in the last stitch, which is the chain 2, as you can see, because we made the second chain of the begin chain of every begin chain a little larger, that's why it's going to be very easy for us to insert the hook right in there to work the last double crochet. That's how it should look like. Now we're going to turn the work, and then we start the row with a chain 2 with a slightly enlarged second chain like that. Okay, and then as you can see here, this stitch, the second stitch is raising above the surface, so we're going to work a front post double crochet in that stitch. Okay, and then just double crochet into the next stitch like so, and each stitch across all the way until we reach the chain 1 spaces, and we repeat pretty much the exact same thing as the previous row, as we just work double crochet in each stitch across and work a group of double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in each chain 1 space. The pattern will be pretty much the same for the next few rows, so please follow the written pattern on the screen. So here, as you can see, we have this nice kind of like a double edge on the front post stitches side of the fabric. This is the other side. I'd like this to be the front of my fabric. Now let's move on to the next row, and we may have the different type of stitch here. I have here with me the back post double crochet, but yours may be the front post double crochet. It depends on the size we are working on. So don't worry about these differences and just work with whatever it's on your fabric. Let's do the chain 2 with a slightly enlarged second chain, and then here you work front post or back post double crochet. All depends on which side of the fabric you are on. Then we're just going to work double crochet into each stitch across all the way until you reach this marker, and I will meet you there to show you how it's like. Okay, so here I have 1 stitch left before I reach this first marker or the first chain 1 space of this row. We're going to remove this. Let's remove this stitch marker and work 1 double crochet in that chain 1 space. Okay, and then just work double crochet into each stitch across. And as you can already tell, we're going to do the same thing, just 1 double crochet in each of the chain 1 space. So let's do it together. So here we are. Let's remove this stitch marker and work 1 double crochet in that stitch, in that chain 1 space, and then just double crochet into each stitch across all the way until this last marker, and we do the same thing. I'll meet you by the end of this row to show you how it's like. Okay, so I'm here at the end. I will finish these last stitches. Okay, and as you can see, the fabric start to curl up like so, slightly a little bit. This is the start of the side of the hood, and it should be simple. There's nothing new, so please follow the written pattern on the screen. Now we are going to mark the center stitch of the last row that we just did. So it's going to be somewhere right here. Please follow the instruction on the screen. Once you find the center stitch, we're going to move on to the next row, and the beginning of the next row will be pretty much the same until we are 2 stitches away from this marked stitch. So let's do it together. Do a chain 2 and follow your fabric. For this, mine is a back post double crochet, right? And then we're just going to double crochet into each stitch across. And I'll meet you when we are 2 stitches away from this marked stitch. So here, this one, okay? In these 2 stitches, we're gonna work a double crochet 2 together. So it's a decrease stitch. For a double crochet 2 together, you yarn over, insert the hook, bring our loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Instead of finishing this stitch, we're going to yarn over again and work the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops like so, with 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through. And as you can see, on top of these 2 stitches, we have only 1 V shape. So 2 stitches became 1 stitch, and that's a decreasing. Now we're gonna work a double crochet into this marked stitch and move this marked stitch to the newly made double crochet like so, okay? And then in these 2 stitches after the marked stitch, we are also going to work a double crochet 2 together, or a decreasing like so, okay? Then we're just going to work double crochet into each stitch across all the way until the end of the round, and I'll meet you there, okay? I've just finished this row. We're going to turn the work and do the same thing for the next row. It's going to be pretty much the same in the beginning until you reach this marker. I'll meet you there. Okay, so here you can see I'm closer to the marked stitch or the center stitch. I have 1 stitch here before I reach the decrease stitch of the previous row. You're gonna work a double crochet in there, and you will see that there's 2 bases of the V. This one, and then if you try to look, there's a second one right under it. I like to put my hook right in the second layer of the V shape on top of the decreasing. I find the fabric looks a little bit more even that way than just inserting the hook right directly under the first V on top of the decreasing, right? So that's what you can do, but you can skip that, it's fine. Now in the center stitch, you're gonna work 1 double crochet, and then don't forget to move that marker to the new center stitch of the new row, like so. And then here you see we have another decreasing. Again, instead of working under that V, I will try to go into the second V, like so. Okay, that's how it should look like. And be careful, sometime when you work in the second V of the decreasing, you may work another stitch into this V on top of it, and that's sometimes can happen, right? So be careful, don't work in that. That is the decrease stitch that you already worked in, so move on to the next stitch. And that's how it should look like, okay? And yeah. Now we are just going to double crochet all the way until the end of the row, and the pattern will be pretty much the same. We're gonna repeat the same thing for the few next rows, just alternating the decrease row and no decrease row. Please follow the written pattern on the screen. We are going to add just a few more of no increasing rows. It should be simple, there's nothing new. You can add as many of this row as you want, or you can follow the written pattern on the screen. To start the scarf part of the pattern. The beginning of this row is going to be pretty much the same. We do a chain 2 with a slightly enlarged second chain, and depends on the size you're working on. This next stitch may be the front post or back post double crochet, just follow the fabric on your project. Okay, so here I have the front post, that's why I'm gonna do the front post. And then we're just going to do the same double crochet into each stitch across until you are 3 stitches away from this center stitch, and I will meet you there to show you how it's like. Okay, 1 2 3, and this mark stitch, right? So now we're gonna work a double crochet double crochet 2 together in the 2 next stitches, like so. Okay, and then in this next stitch, depends on the side of the fabric that you're working on, you're going to work a front post or a back post double crochet. So as you can see here, on this side of the fabric that I'm working on, I have the front post double crochet here. If yours is this side of the fabric, you want to work the back post double crochet in this next stitch, right? And that is because we want to keep this front post edging on the same side of the fabric, right? So now on this one, depends on your fabric, you work a front post or back post. Here for me it's a front post, right? So I'll do a front post double crochet like so, and then in this mark stitch I work 1 double crochet. Okay, and do not remove this mark stitch. You are going to turn the work, chain 2, but you may want to loosen both loops of the chain 2 for this part. It's not necessary, but that's what you can do. Just slightly loosen both of the loops. Okay, and then here for me it's gonna be a back post double crochet because the stitch is receding from the surface, right? So I will work a back post double crochet like that. Okay, and then I'll do another decreasing right here with this decreased stitch of the previous row and this next stitch, right? So you're going to work an undone double crochet in that stitch. This is the previous decreasing stitch of the previous row, and then another undone double crochet in the next stitch with 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through. So that's how it's like. Now you are going to double crochet into each stitch across all the way until the end of the row. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this row and then move on to the next row. It's also gonna be the same thing in the beginning of the next row, but I will meet you by the end of that next row to show you how it's like. Okay, so I'm at the end of this row, and as you can see here, I have 4 stitches left. With this stitch is actually the double crochet 2 together, which count as 1 stitch from the previous row decreasing, right? So we have 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, now we're gonna do another decreasing the same way we did with the previous row, an undone double crochet right there and another one here, and then finish that double crochet 2 together, and then follow your fabric. Here I do a front post double crochet, and then work double crochet in the last stitch, turn the work, chain 2, loose the chain a little bit, and then here I'm going to work a back post double crochet following my fabric, right? And then again we're going to do a decreasing just the same way. Here we have the double crochet 2 together of the previous row. We're going to do another decreasing on top of it, so an undone double crochet, and in the next stitch we're going to finish this undone double crochet, for another double crochet 2 together, like so. So what we are doing here is we want one decreasing on every row, but it has to be on only this edge of the fabric. Okay, so no decreasing on this edge, only on this edge, right? Yeah, so we're just gonna repeat the same process for a few next row. So please follow the written pattern on the screen. Once this reaches your desire for the width of the scarf, you can stop the decreasing and just repeat the exact same pattern of double crocheting, of course still keeping these front post, back post double crochet lines so that the edges will be nice and even, right? But basically the stitches will be the same all the way until the scarf is long enough for you. And I suggest you make a scarf that is around 1 meter long. Okay, so that is for the even scarf. If you want a triangle decrease like this, you can do the same decreasing, but this is abrupt decreasing. The scarf part would be very short, so we need to slow down the decreasing. Instead of making a decrease on every row, you can make a decrease on every other row. Now I will work double crochet on this row, no decreasing, quickly whip up this next row. So let's do that together. I'll meet you by the end of this row so that I can show you how to slow down the decreasing. Okay, so I'm at the end of this row, and as I mentioned before, on this row I won't make any decreasing, so I'm just gonna work one double crochet into each stitch across. Here's my previous decreasing, and as you can see, instead of working at 2 double crochet 2 together here, we just work 1 double crochet in each stitch and then just finish the row as usual. Okay, turn the work, and here I have with me the back post double crochet, right? Now I will do a decreasing. Double crochet 2 together, like that. So I have another decreasing here on this row. And I still want to keep all the decreasing on only this edge of the scarf, right? So I want this to be straight and only decrease on this edge. So yeah, on the next row after this row, I will work double crochet, no decreasing, and then repeat the decreasing on the other row after that row. Yeah, so that's how I slow down the decreasing, but also you can slow it down even more for even a longer triangle scarf by doing 1 decrease on every two or three rows. So 1 row you do a decreasing, then you do 2 rows of no decreasing, then 1 row of decreasing, and just repeat that. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, it's all up to you. From now, I will meet you when I have just a few stitches left on the scarf to show you how to bind off. Here, as you can see, I have just a few stitches left for this part, and it's gonna take just a few minutes, so let's just do it together and then bind off together. Okay, so here you can see I have just a few stitches left. This is the edge where I don't have the decreasing. We want the decrease to be only on one side, right? So here we're just going to double crochet, and then here on this row we because I just did a decreasing on the previous row, so this row I'll do no decreasing. Just a double crochet right in there, like so. As you can see, I have 3 stitches left between the edging stitches, and let's just do the same thing. Here I'm on this decreasing edge, so I will do a decrease here, double crochet 2 together, and then 1 stitch here, and then the edging stitch, which here it's my back post double crochet in the last stitch, turn the work, chain 2, and here again it's gonna be my no decreasing row, where I would just go ahead and put 1 double crochet in each stitch, 1 double crochet in this decrease stitch of the previous row, and then just finish the row as usual. And it comes down to like that, 2 stitches in between the edging. Let's repeat the exact same process. Here we have 1 last decreasing group to do. So that's my back post double crochet. I'm going to do a double crochet 2 together here, and another edging stitch, last stitch, turn the work, chain 2. Here you can see I'll do this front post double crochet, 1 double crochet in the one and only decreasing of the previous row, like that, and finish the edging as usual. Okay, then on this row, okay, I'm gonna turn the work, chain 2, and then work the edging stitch. Here for me is like the back post double crochet, right? I'm gonna skip this stitch in the middle and work another edging stitch right here, which is the back post double crochet for me. And then the last stitch of the row, and it should look something like this, right? Let's see if we can do 1 more row. This is how it should look like. I think I am going to work front post double crochet these 2 stitches together, just to bring it all together into a point like so. Okay, now I'm gonna bind off with a chain 1, bring out a big loop, and cut. Leave a long enough tail to weave in later, right? A long tail will make it easier for you to weave the ends in. Pull that loop out, and that's how it should look like. Okay, now for the scarf on the other side, we're going to attach the new yarn right here in the center stitch. Remember this stitch? Okay, you're gonna bring that yarn into this same stitch, like so. Okay, then we need again a long enough tail to weave in later. Make a simple knot like that, and then you're gonna insert your hook right in the same place. You're gonna do a chain 1 and then fasten the chain 1 a little so that the stitches will be sturdier. Okay, then we're gonna do the usual chain 2 that we do in the beginning of each row. Again, you will look at the fabric that you are working on to see which edging it is. So right now I have with me here the front post double crochet. If you are on the other side of the fabric, which is the back post double crochet. That's what you're gonna do with this next stitch next to the this mark stitch that you just made a chain 2 in, right? So in this stitch I'm gonna do my front post double crochet because that's the fabric that I'm on. So let's do that. Make sure that you create the back post double crochet if you're on the other side of the fabric, right? Okay, so that's a front post double crochet. I'm gonna do the decreasing for this part of the scarf. Remember the intensive decreasing that we did in the beginning of the scarf section. So we're gonna do a decrease stitch on every row for the first row, right? So that's a decreasing. I'm gonna work my double crochet into each stitch across all the way until the end of the row. And there's nothing new in the pattern, it's gonna be just the same. You can rewind the video to the similar part. Everything else should be the same.